Well, what's up again there, guys? Ryan here, the Three Topics Gamer, here to give you another episode of my weekly Q&A titled People's Questions, where I answer a number of questions that have been sent to me over the past week. For this particular episode, I only had about 4 questions I thought could actually make it into the video. There were a number of other questions, a much greater number, but they were all a little bit more simple, so I was able to answer them in the comment section of the previous video. So if you don't see them in this video, you guys know where to look unless you guys don't already have your notification bells rung. But like always, if you happen to enjoy this type of video by the end and would like to see more moving forward, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and press the subscribe button. And yeah, I think all but maybe one of these are regulars. So starting off with the first question coming from Shadow Deezus Gaming, and you want to know, which do I prefer, football or basketball? I mean, do I really? Is it more on the nose? Well, of course it's football. Of course I'm a bigger football fan than basketball. The thing about basketball is I like both sports, but I mean, at least at some point you kind of think how cool it would have been to actually play in the major leagues. But when you look at basketball, I hate to say this, is a tall man's league. So, but football, due to my size, I think I started in high school. I think I actually could have been pretty good in football in either one of two positions. So yes, and as you can tell, I am wearing a jersey of my favorite football players. So yeah, so yeah, definitely football than basketball, no question whatsoever. Next question comes from Brady Burke, and you want to know: is there even a main character or a main story in Assassin's Creed anymore since Desmond is gone? I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing, like, I swear to God, when would Ubisoft learn? Like, no one likes this whole Animus crap thing. I mean, what is wrong with just telling a story as it is happening, and whatever time frame whatever time period you put it in? I don't like this Animus stuff. I've never liked this Animus stuff. I don't know anyone who likes this Animus crap. I mean, I didn't give a damn about Desmond when he died or whatever. Like, if anything, it just kept ruining the pace, and that's continued now with this new female antagonist who I don't even know who that is. I don't care, but all I know is every time I start really getting into an Assassin's Creed game, it stops and makes me go and play this character, and it's just it's like the prime reason like none of these games will ever be 10 out of 10 games, because you keep going to this Animus crap thing that no one likes, no one cares about, and every time you go to it, you just interrupt the pacing just when things are starting to get interesting. So no, as far as I know, I don't know what the main story for Assassin's Creed is, but the second a game gets rid of that and just has a game just focus on the time period it doesn't like try moving away from that, that's when I think that the Assassin's Creed franchise has made a major step forward. So yeah. Now this next question, I believe, is the only new person that's been able to send a question, and your name is Artis Gant. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure you're new. And you pretty much want to know, do I think Wolverine would make a better Jedi or Sith? That's tough. I don't think he'd... he would be better off being his own thing. I mean, here's the thing about Star Wars. If you're a Force user, you typically don't have to be a Jedi or Sith. There are plenty of characters who can use the Force and aren't part of specific groups. There are plenty of groups like that. It's not just Jedi or Sith. But if you're just limiting into these two, I don't think he really would fit in either one, because here's the thing about just Sith. Wolverine is not so bloodthirsty that he actively goes out and seeks power and enjoys killing people. So he wouldn't fit as a Sith. But then again, he's just too angry of a character to be a Jedi. I mean, even controlled anger has its problems, because the second that gets loose, he becomes a danger to himself and his allies. So I don't think the Jedi would accept him either. So yeah, I really don't think Wolverine would make for a good Jedi or Sith. He would just be better off being his own thing, and I think that's kind of when he's at his strongest. It was when he's operating on his own. So yeah, that's the best I can do. And the last question of the episode comes from JBat, and you want to know, when do I think the PlayStation 5 pre-orders will be available? I don't know. At the time of this recording, I guess we're supposed to get like an announcement of what the price is going to be, but I gotta be honest. I don't know what Sony's problem is. I think they're being very, very cowardly at this point, because by now, I'm sure Xbox has already revealed what their price when this console is coming out, and that shows enormous confidence, and I appreciate that. I can respect a company that has confidence in their product and saying, hey, this is how much it is, this is when it comes out. For Sony, it's just like, what are you guys afraid of? I mean, the last time we had console reveals was, I believe, like E3 2013, which I was at. And there was that infamous like moment when, Microsoft was revealing their console and their prices and had all these problems, and like 2 hours later, PlayStation came out with their amazing console reveal of the PlayStation 4, and it was a much better system. It was cheaper. It didn't have all the restrictions. That's how you do this. But think about it. We are 2 months away, and we don't know any more about this console than we knew like maybe a couple months ago, outside of what it looks like. We don't know anything about the release games. We don't know how much it's going to cost. We don't know its limitations. We don't even know its backwards compatible limitations. All we know is some games on the PlayStation 4 are playable and some aren't. We don't really know, and it's so confusing right now, and it's frustrating. Now again, I don't know when these pre-orders are going to take place. I can just tell you this much: I'm not picking this up at launch. I probably can go a good 5 or 6 months without buying my own PlayStation 5 before I finally pick one up. I've learned from my PlayStation 4 experience when I got that at launch. So I can't tell you. I mean, I wish they would give us a simple, straight answer as for when they're going to give this information. As far as we know, they might choose to push this system back up till next year, and that wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, maybe they want to do what they did with the Xbox and the PlayStation 3 era, when, if I remember correctly, didn't the Xbox 360, wasn't that out like a whole year before the PlayStation 3 came out? I may be wrong on that, but I do know there was a significant period of time that the Xbox was able to build up its audience, and I think that that's going to happen here as well. So it's just sad that after having done such an incredible job with this current gen systems, that it seems like Sony is already dropping the ball and not learning from previous mistakes that it's made in the past. And that's just frustrating for me. So, yeah, J-Back, I don't know when they'll be available. Maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe sometime next year. We don't know. I don't even, at this point, I'm not even sure if it'll come out this year. No one knows anything at this point. All we have are rumors, and heck, rumors is not a sign of truth. All we can do is speculate, and heck, I don't have any more information than probably you do. So that's my thoughts on the matter. So that pretty much does it for this episode of the People's Questions. If you'd like me to answer certain questions for next episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below, but make sure you get them into me roughly before next Wednesday, before I start filming the next episode. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next week.